Hi there, welcome to my assignment for week 2 of Introduction to Music Production. My name is Chris Gerber and I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about fades and specifically about crossfades. So if you remember from the lecture this week on fades, Loudon was really talking about them in the context of editing audio audio samples. So for instance, if you were to take one sample and kind of glue it with this other sample that you took from, a different place, often when you play it back at that interface, right when the one sample transitions to the other sample, you'll hear a click or a pop. And that's because the amplitude at that exact point at the end of sample 1 will not match the amplitude at the beginning of sample 2. So this is a problem that you can fix with a crossfade, and that's what I want to demonstrate to you in Ableton today. So I've dropped a sample into this, which is called a simpler device. It basically allows you to play back the sample and loop it, which I'm going to do, etc. So I'll play for you the sample really quick here. So that's the sample, and if I loop it and play it back a couple times in a row, we'll see if there's a click or a pop. So actually, it's not too bad. You could consider that a kind of a harsh, interface, but I wouldn't say it's a click or a pop. But let's see if we can find one here. So I'll adjust the start position of the loop and probably the end position of the loop so that we can get a really kind of tight little loop here. So you'll notice that at the start of this loop, the amplitude is much higher than it is at the end of this loop. And I'll just adjust it just a tiny bit and make sure. So I'll play this back for you now, looped back to back, this short sample. So hopefully you can hear that click. I know it's sometimes a little bit difficult to hear that click, but I've turned up the volume. I'll turn it up just even a little more just to make sure. So if it was already too loud, maybe plug your ears. Okay, so that's a click or a pop. So now when we get into crossfades, that's what this knob here is going to do. And when I add a crossfade, you'll see these two diagonal lines appear. And what these mean is that as the loop starts to play here, it will play, and when it gets to around here, it will start to adjust the amplitude or the volume of this part of the sample along this line. So from whatever 100% of what it should be here to 0, and at the same time it'll actually be it'll be mixing in this kind of region of the sample, and it'll adjust it up. So yeah, so let's hear how that sounds, see if it fixes the problem. So it does. It fixes the click or the pop. At least I can hear that it does. And I'll show you that actually you barely need anything to really fix that super high frequency click. Right? So actually less than a percentage of this, less than 1/100th of this width of crossfade will actually fix this problem for you. So that's pretty much it for my talk, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you enjoyment in the upcoming week. Thanks for listening.